It's an ancient Underdark city where I believe there was an Elder Brain.
We know that, like, elder brains are mind flayer things, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah, like and particularly with
Yeah.
Nessa's
Okay.
discussion last time, the connection to the mind flayers is pretty solid at this.
All right. Well,
This is most certainly.
let's. I figure. That sounds like as good a place as any to start looking.
Yes, I suppose further down.
Well, all we found up here is just drow teenagers and a couple of very dead Duergar.
And now some dead drow teenagers.
Well, yes, I was trying not to.
You find upstanding citizens.
We didn't kill all of them. That's, like, pretty good for adventurers. Plus, they're drow. Last time Tariq saw drow, they turned into, like, driders and were trying to kill him.
Fair point.
They're still kind of
Who
racist.
looks at drow and says by instinct, "Ah, yes, what fine, upstanding citizens. I'm sure there's nothing sketchy that they could be doing."
People who have never been to Jorhas.
You finally deciding to move up onto the couch, are you, Dezo? He's done that thing where he was sleeping underneath the footstool, which is where I took the photo of him.
Mm.
And then he's like gotten up and kind of groggily walked over to the couch, climbed up on it, and is now kind of trying to remember why he actually came over here.
So from what we know of the mines, which direction would go deeper, aka down? Would it be like where we found these groups running down this way?
Yes. You're fairly sure that following the tracks this way would take you deeper into the mines.
Well, let's grab one of those minecarts and follow the tracks that way then.
You can certainly try. You're just tickled pink that I've got minecarts you can push around, aren't you?
Nessa just holds out the carpet.
I'm having so much fun with them. But we have these minecarts. They're so cool. Streak looks genuinely interested by the minecarts. And I imagine he's never seen them before.
Well, you can certainly test them out, but I at least know how to command a flying carpet. Just gonna flip it out and hop on it and just start following people.
I'll take the
Just
lead.
gonna jump in the minecart.
Tariq will hop in a minecart and start heading down the.
Tariq, as you hop in, a large tongue licks up over the edge.
Motherfucker. Is the minecart a mimic?
You jump into a mimic!
Tariq stabs the minecart.
Nothing happens. It's just a trick of the light.
Whenever somebody makes mimic jokes, I start stabbing every inanimate object we come across. And I have lots of knives specifically for that purpose.
Yeah, I'm kind of imagining Tariq now as a bit like the creepy watch salesman guy, is like with the trench coat. Is like, you want to buy a mimic stabbing knife? Just like rows of
I
knives
mean,
inside his coat.
that's, you know, with 7 charisma, that's probably what he ends up coming off as, but it's not how I pictured him.
Bit like the
7 careers. I remember
what I'm
that day.
describing my character doing, or what the dice are having my character do.
Yeah.
He feels an overwhelming urge to sing like a dwarvish mining song as he goes in this.
Oh, hang on, I've got the perfect one for you.
No, he's
I
gonna
am a
play the
dwarf
fucking
and a
song.
diggy diggy hole. Diggy diggy hole.
Diggy,
Diggy hole.
I was thinking of going with the classic gold, 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 gold.
Well, that's the second verse. Hello, D'Artagnan.
I'm just gonna keep going along this until you tell
Yeah, we
me
could
to
also go hi
stop.
ho, hi ho. It's off to work we go.
So, Tariq, as you kind of push out along the tracks, you come out and you find yourself over a river of lava.
This
I
is
keep
also
going,
why I prefer
because
the flying carpet.
Because I'm sure as shit not fucking stopping over the river.
Sure, make a dexterity saving throw for me,
Motherfucker!
Tariq.
Cool, I'm good at these.
Yeah, you're fine. It's like
Cool.
it gets a little rickety as you're going over the lava. Presumably, like the proximity of the heat has caused the rails to kind of flex and sag over the years, but seems stable enough.
Cool.
For the sake of simplicity, I'm just going to have Rhiannon, Anders, and Lyra are just all kind of trooping along, following you.
I
Cool.
already said I was in a cart.
Oh, okay. Reed's in the cart with me.
That's a bit of a tight fit.
I have my helmet.
Well, yeah.
Push it down.
But we are both adventurers, pushing on to the edges of things yet unknown.
Nissa goes over the lava, she takes off her hat and just fans herself with it.
It
Tariq
mostly just
briefly
blows
looks down
more
at it
hot
fascinated
water.
before realizing how fucking hot it is.
Uses prestidigitation to
Everyone,
keep her cloak cool.
Okay, everyone can quickly make just a Constitution saving throw for me.
Yay.
I roll a 20.
Ow.
Okay, that shouldn't have been an advantage. Hey, Nessa,
Uh-huh.
it's really warm in.
Yep.
You think if you're pretty sure that if you continue to stay in this environment, you're going to be looking at probably taking some, like, it's probably starting to affect your capacity to handle things.
Yes. Could we please go faster? This is very hot.
We're definitely still going full speed ahead. The map just hasn't been revealed.
Indeed.
So, I'm just waiting on the map. There we go. Oh, we're on the way off the edge.
Oh no. Oh no.
Tariq comes to a screeching halt as the map he has comes to an abrupt end. He does not know what
This is the end of the world.
Make
We found
a
it.
strength saving
We
throw.
found
How
it.
unfortunate. How unfortunate. The maps of the tracks in the mine seem to end here.
Well,
I don't know what goes beyond.
This is Big Thunder
Therefore,
Mountain.
we'll
There's a
have to
dip.
proceed on
as
foot.
you continue, it kind of comes to it starts to sort of trundle away a little bit as it gets onto a bit of an incline. And you and Rhiannon end up a little bit ahead of the party as the minecart trundles along. It starts to go sort of ease into more of a sort of a spiral. The tunnel stays fairly consistent around the 10 to 15 feet wide mark. The impression you're getting is that after the tunnels were originally dug, they were specifically dug with the intent of having the tracks down the middle of them, and therefore have been made wide enough to allow sort of ease of movement either side of it. However, as you guys trundle along, it kind of sort of eases around in a fairly gentle arc, and you can both kind of sense the gradual increase in depth due to the incline.
Just
Okay.
And after
do like ears start popping.
not as such. Like the change in depth is not significant enough or fast enough to cause your ears to pop. Your body's quite able to adjust fairly
Good.
easily until the cart eventually comes to a stop at a bumper plate. However, it's not traveling at a tremendously fast pace at this point, so you guys are able to you guys get a little bit rattled at the impact, but it doesn't like fling you over the front. The rest of the party is able to catch you up, and as you guys proceed down to the continuing to follow the arc of the tunnels. I'm just dragging everybody's character token down. Larissa. You guys find yourselves in a tunnel starting to widen out a little bit. Sort of roughly about 50 feet wide at some of its wider areas, down to about 20, 25 feet moving forward.
Okay. Okay. Well, that was fun with the minecart. Shall we proceed on?
Onward
Certainly.
and upward.
The
Is
rest
this
of you
still
notice that
mountain?
Tariq looks happier than you have seen him in some time.
Oh yeah. Is this still mountain? Or are we into the Underdark? For favorite terrain purposes.
Roll a perception.
And do we need to create some kind of ride of amusement for Drake back around the castle?
Well, I'm glad that got out of the way.
Oh no.
As far as you know, Tariq, you might still be under the mountains. Out of character, you do not get the favorite terrain notices.
Okay. Cool.
I'm just going to try to keep an eye out for anything that looks either out of place or any sort of like shifts in the earth. That might be a
Okay,
very
I
large worm.
know. Okay, so Nessa, you and Darwin, I believe, do not have
Do not have what?
Do not have what?
dark vision.
I do.
I have goggles.
I have, yeah, goggles of
Okay.
night.
Oh, you both have goggles of night.
Mm-hmm.
Does
Yep.
anybody, Ree, do you have dark vision?
From the belt of dwarven kind, yes.
Okay. And Tariq and Anders should be fine. So, with your capacity to see in the dark, it is quite a dark tunnel you're dealing with. And before you go rushing off in any given direction, guys,
As they start rushing off in a given direction.
I'm just proceeding forward at an orderly pace while keeping my eyes for anything that might try to kill us.
Constant vigilance.
Of course.
Nessa, and I'll roll for you, Rhiannon. I'll get you two as the ones who are kind of standing near the middle to quickly do perception checks.
Yup. Thank you, Golwyn.
Why is your sheet rolling at a stop? Just like 19 and 15. So the two of you do happen to notice that apart from the large tunnel to the left here, which is about 20 odd feet wide at its narrowest, there is also a small cave entrance off to the right, from which you have heard the sound of
That sounded what?
water.
Water underneath the lava? Interesting.
Question not the ways of the underworld.
Should we check there first?
Yeah, Rick wants to investigate the other cave.
The small cave?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Moving all that out.
So they could be loot.
Nessa, are you going over that way too?
Yep. She's just still using the carpet.
You got
She's lazy.
yeah, Nessa. Is married the comfort of married life starting to settle on Nessa, is it?
To be fair, she was lazy before too.
Okay. So the two, as you guys look through, you notice a narrower tunnel, sort of around 10 feet wide. This looks like it's more of a specifically carved for those old dwarven stature. It's very consistent with dwarven aesthetics in terms of the construction. There's consistency of the pick marks all the way along. There's the odd dwarvish penis doodle, which crops up periodically.
Of course.
Hey, if dwarves are Scot in the D&D universe, then they are making Scottish dip.
Yeah. Probably send
Well, I'll
Golwyn
also
down a
say-
little far ahead. Just to make it a little bit faster.
Are you looking through Golwyn, are you?
Yep.
Okay. So as Golwyn flies through the tunnel, it is still quite dark, but you can see, like, as you come out through the tunnel, it opens up into a very large cavern, probably 80, 90 feet tall at a minimum, where there is a large underground river. crashing down as a waterfall. And there's also some dwarven embankment kind of layout. And you also see a small tunnel off to the side here.
Anything in that tunnel?
Make an investigation check with Golan's stats. Golan's? Perception is Golan's. Yeah, no, we'll use Golan's stats.
For investigation?
Although I suppose you are mind riding, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, all right. Perception for Golan's stats, investigation for you.
Okay. This is great.
Okay.
Oh,
Just quickly check some stuff. Rightio. So, Nessa, looking through Golan's eyes, your mind is running its usual kind of overdrive investigative processes. You know,
Mind Palace.
Yep, Mind Palace, Sherlock Holmes kind of thing. And something about the striations of the rock, the way this particular side tunnel has been cut, catches your attention as the tunnel is perfectly circular all the way around and about 15 feet in diameter, and that is very, very consistent. And so what you also find is at the end of the tunnel here, you see you notice quite a large amount of earth that looks like it's been disturbed recently.
We'll explain that to people with their eyes closed. Not being able to hear them, but at least explaining things.
Sounds like terrible beastie.
Perhaps we should investigate.
Yes, Reed would
perhaps we should, yes.
Sure.
This sounds like the sort of thing that we should
Can't hear any of that, but
Onward and upward.
might have to pull the carpet.
I'll pull Nessa's carpet behind me.
Toriga's just kind of going on ahead, keeping an eye out for any traps or things that might try and eat us.
Sure. Roll. Are you actively looking or just kind of sort of keeping a weather eye?
I am probably just keeping a weather eye.
All
I'm
right.
not very good at finding traps. I am very good at listening for things that want to kill us.
Yep. Sure. Roll a perception. $19. As you kind of sort of moving along, your innate paranoia, Tariq, it's very, very hard to pick it up. But for just a moment, you think you can hear some rumbling. And then it's gone.
Tariq.
Not quite sure, but you're...
Did anybody else feel that?
Reese just
Keep an eye on the ground.
Flip going back
There might
over
be
and then jump
something
back in.
moving around underneath us.
I
That would certainly make sense.
watch the ground carefully as I step forward, pulling Nessa behind me.
You do not need to do that anymore, Darvin. I can see again, but thank you.
Okay.
So, for the sake of expediency and because we currently don't have Anders online, I'm just going to sort of hand wave that they are kind of trudging along behind the group of you. Tariq, you have come to a large, well-crafted stone bridge that crosses over the underground river, and on the far side is a sculpted dwarven-esque face with the mouth appears to be a set of double doors.
Okay. I cautiously start stepping out over the bridge.
Since I remember I cast Rary's telepathic bond last session, she's gonna mutter in everyone's heads. And just remember, we may be dealing with some progeny of a lich here.
Yuck.
I still have my arrows of undead slaying, I think.
Perhaps not a lich themselves, however.
Okay, Tariq, can you just roll a dexterity? Yeah, dexterity check for me, just as you get to about the middle of the.
Oh, I'm much less good at that. Are
I'm
you
going
sure it
to-
can't be a saving throw?
As I see him kind of stumbling around, I'll cast, or not cast, but use benign transposition to switch places with Tariq.
So it literally physically swaps your positions?
Yep.
Okay, Darvin. As you emerge in the middle of the bridge, I'll get you to roll a quick dexterity check for me, please.
Okay.
Reed be right next to him.
Okay. Ez, roll a dexterity check as well.
I was more going to say if he goes to fall or something, she's going to catch him.
Okay. Well, Tariq, as you kind of sort of started to stumble, you kind of lost your footing a little bit. And as you sort of felt yourself, like, the bridge is, like, feels fairly wide as you're moving across it, but there's also no hand railing. So the sense of vertigo, particularly with the waterfall right next to you, is a little bit disorienting. And the stones of it is kind of a cobblestone going across the bridge, and the cobbles themselves are a little bit slick with the moisture, which makes it a little bit tricky to traverse. However, thankfully, Darvin, with his speedy reactions, uses a spell to swap positions with you just before you fall and sort of keeps his footing a little bit more stably.
Perhaps you should join me on the carpet, Tariq.
Sure, why not? I will hop on the carpet with Nessa.
Mm-hmm.
It was booked that way.
And I will shield out, head further across the bridge.
Okay. So, as you get to the other side, you get a bit more of a glance inside the room that this faces the doorway for, and it appears that it's similar to a kind of sort of an archive or a library of sorts. and it appears to be sort of chronicling some history. So
History, you
who
say?
is crap? Accidentally just closed my bad. One sec.
Oh no.
It's all right. So, who apart from Nessa, who is proficient with history?
Reed is.
Not me.
Rhiannon is.
Okay. So everybody who's proficient with history, if you like, make a history.
Well, I would if my roll 20 hadn't frozen.
Do you need me to make it for you, Ez?
Yes, please.
Woo.
Oh,
Recrit.
Rhiannon, bring it. Nice.
Using that background.
Fair enough. Rhiannon, as you're kind of looking it over, you realize that the murals here appear to be showing histories that are either made up or not widely known. As you kind of sort of move around, it's a collection of murals depicting kind of and some of it seems familiar because it's depicting some of the seminal events of history in regards to the coming of dragons. But there's something a little off with some of the paintings because you can see the images depicting the coming of the chromatic dragons, and then the corruption of the chromatic dragons by the the demonic force that later became known as Tiamat. However, what you do see is that there are 5 chromatic dragons, which are then apparently corrupted by Tiamat. However, there's more chromatic dragons being depicted than were corrupted by Tiamat. You can see additional ones, and you can see hints of other colors. You're not sure if this is just fanciful interpretation, but there's one that isn't, because the rest of them seem to be obscured. But your best count, you can pick that there appear to be possibly 8 chromatic dragons. There is some obscuring to the mural as it's kind of sort of decayed over the centuries. But there is one that is very specifically not obscured, and it is quite clearly a yellow dragon.
A what?
That's weird.
Huh.
Just immediately, what? What?
Yeah, she'll point out to Nessa and Dov, and
No.
there's 8.
Immediately, like, flies over and, like, squints at it. Is that yellow?
Never heard of
Tariq also goes in to look at it.
Sure. Nessa and Tariq, make investigation checks.
Sure. I have favorite enemy dragon, so I'm gonna make this an advantage. I'm not sure it'll help.
Yeah, no, go for it. It didn't help.
Thoroughly average.
Nessa, you notice in particular, I didn't have the DC very high on this one, so you still actually technically passed, true. The depiction of the yellow dragon in particular, you notice is not an accident. Like, this isn't just like an interpretation of a gold dragon, for example. because on the opposite wall, there's another mural depicting the coming of the metallic dragons, which has quite clearly got gold dragons present in it. So you may have just stumbled upon some evidence that there are more chromatic dragons in the world than are normally.
This is both fascinating and alarming.
But it looks like they're chromatic dragons that aren't beholden to Tiamat.
Perhaps.
Does that make them good?
I doubt that makes them anything at this point. It is not very good to speculate based on some crude drawings in a very underground cave.
Fair point, teacher. We at least seem to have indication that there's something other than dragons that we've heard of out there.
Yeah. She immediately pulls out a notebook and starts writing all of this down. And like trying to like make sketches.
Nessa, I'll say make a scribing tool.
Okay.
This is kind of sort of determining how clear your scribbled drawings are, given the time you've got available. Yeah. Like it, as you kind of sort of go through, you're sort of generally sort of scribbling. You've got like little arrows pointing to the dragon saying yellow ? Things like that. And the other, as I said, the other dragon or the other apparent chromatic dragons, like you can only get like bits and pieces of the like outline, but you can't actually see what the color is. And so your notes are clear enough that you could be able to convey this to another viewer quite easily. As Darvin arches his eyebrow distantly, we hear 4,000 Darvinites go, "Ah!"
1,000 square stare. Single tear falls and turns into a diamond.
Somewhere an old man sits down as a young man trains with a weapon and says, I heard a sound like 1,000 voices crying out in adulation, and then were suddenly silenced.
They were saying the same word, diamond!
Yeah.
Just gonna glance back at the others.
The dark brow has become such that it actually echoes across canons into different multiverses.
Yep. She's gonna reach over to Darvin as she's looking back at the others, and then looks back at the tunnel. I am going to send Golan to scout ahead again. And then closes her eyes and sends out Golan.
Okay. Which way are you sending Golan?
Into the mouth.
Oh, inside the mouth is where this like archive room with the murals and everything.
It was just a room? I thought it was like further tunnel.
No.
Never mind.
Nope.
Then which... are you down this way?
Sure.
Like, there's a thing down here, right?
There is indeed. You see sort of a path leading up and around the back, possibly as a maintenance or a stonecutter's access pathway.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Like very much cut for dwarven or possibly Durgar dimensions.
Yeah, same. Just all up around, just in case.
Yep.
All right, nothing.
Sure. Roll a quick perception check for Golan.
Okay.
Damn.
See all.
Getting all those crits out now.
Shh.
Yeah, you want to start like rationing those out.
So, yeah. Just look at- So, down to the east of your position, so down the waterfall here, Golwyn gets quite a good view of following the underground river.
Ooh. Sweet crackers, I'm blind!
Yeah, that's it. You're just blind.
There's eternal nothingness down there. There we go.
So you kind of get a sort of a pretty clear view of the flow of the river through Golwyn's eyes. There's several waterfalls of varying heights. The nearest one to you guys starting at about 15 feet drop. And then they kind of sort of get progressively less, never more than about 10, 12 feet beyond that.
Not as cool as the flow of the Plane of Arcana, but it'll do.
So, and from what you can see, you're definitely getting the impression here that this underground space is at least partly cut around the presence of the river, the underground river, and is used for and was partly used as part of the mining operations down here.
Mm-hmm. What is this?
That appears to be a sort of stone plinth with a couple of steps leading up to it.
Iconography or any
No,
wording on it?
nothing that you can quite make out. Not like even with Golwyn's phenomenal vision, can't quite make it out.
Okay.
Let me quickly pull up my reference picture as well. So I also legend of whatever. I draw. So, coming back to this one, what would you guys like to do? In fact,
Do
talk
we
amongst
want to
yourself
go-
because I have to take a quick bio break, and I'll
Okay.
just catch up in a minute.
I guess, do we want to just go down the river bend?
Just around the river bend.
There we go.
Suppose. Unless. I don't remember whether you
Sure.
said there was any it's just that end of the curve around here seemed like freshly dug, or if it went down at all.
Well, it doesn't look like the one that goes up here leads anywhere.
No.
So I guess we're going down the river.
Yeah.
I really wish I still had my ring of swimming.
Again, we have a flying carpet.
That's true, we do.
Do I have my ring of swimming? I don't recall.
I believe between the carpet and potentially a dimension door, we should be all right.
I can swim, apparently.
I am not sure if you wish to be swimming down the waterfalls with all the jagged rocks there, Darvin.
Wise as always, teacher.
So, going down following the river on the flying carpet.
Yes.
Let's go just beyond the river bend.
Oh,
Please sing the song, Tariq. Please sing the song.
I don't know the words, so no.
I look once more, just around the river bend.
And all the Darwinites go crazy in the distance again.
So
Has he no flaws?
the irony is that for all of this joke, continuation of this joke of the Darth Brow and the Darwinites and everything is like Darwin's charisma is actually pretty average.
Darwin has negative charisma.
Yeah.
Makes up for it with a big heart.
Aww.
Well, we'll just leave it with big. I mean, it's like might be hot now.
Don't even choke on my dinner.
Quite a swordsman.
He's a cunning linguist.
Nessa, out of curiosity, what's the carrying limit on your carpet of flying?
That's a good question. Let me look that up again.
Probably not enough to carry all of us.
No, we can go down a few at a time if we need to. Very quickly.
I thought that was up the top. I thought we were hopping up into the mouth of it at the top.
Inside the mouth was just was the archive room with the murals.
Yeah. So where the hell did it go? Wait, I'll find it. Carpet. Why does it not say? Fucker, where'd it go? Ah, there we go. Wait, no. Yeah. No. I swore I had this. Because we changed it up. I think it was the... Let me see. Carpet of flying.
Well, I think we decided I wasn't fitting on that in my armor.
Yeah, I
If I
don't
recall
think Ringo
correctly.
would.
Where I had the 60-foot flying speed one, so up to 400 pounds. There's a 400 or 600, so probably 400. So we can get a few people at a time. It's not a attunement thing, so anyone can use it.
Nope, it's literally a carrying capacity. And I'm specifically looking at Rhiannon, Darwin, and Anders being big, bulky people or are wearing excessive amounts of metal.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Ray doesn't fit on it with many other people.
All right. Simply to get some arbitration on it, off the bat, Nessa, roll a D100 for me, please.
I was gonna say, Ray will just jump down there.
43. Okay, your carpet, Nessa, can carry 400 pounds.
Yeah,
is
was
4
that
foot
one?
by 6 foot and 600 and has a 60 feet flying.
Okay. So with 60-foot flying speed, like dashing, how many could we get at a time? Like how many trips would it take based on what you saw through Golan's eyes?
Well, in particular, you've got these two tunnel mouths just here that you can get to, which is, let's see, it's about 30 feet down. And then from where you guys were standing, so 60 feet around, yeah, you could, like, one round per trip. Sorry, per trip there. So 1 round there. Oh no, if you double dash, then yeah, 1 round there and back. No worries.
Yeah. So it's not that long if we just wanted to make a couple of trips.
And Reed, did you say that you just jump off the waterfall?
I was gonna say, if needs be, she'll just hop off the bridge down into the water.
As Nessa explained about the rocks.
Is that what you want to do, Rhiannon?
I don't know. I said if she has to.
We do not have to.
Okay. Okay. So we'll put the flying carpet just sitting there, and then I'll get you guys to drag out your tokens just on the bank here. You guys can either cross over as you please. So it's a wee bit cramped in here. I'll give you guys space. Set
Going
up
to
in.
fly over here for now.
And for simplicity's sake, since we're not going to be having Lyricel in today, and we haven't got Josh online just yet, I'll say that Anders elects to stay back and study the murals, given Dragonborn and potential uncovering dragon history, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Just makes life a little bit simpler for everyone. And
So they both stayed back?
Yes.
Okay.
Lyricel was kind of chilling there.
Okay, so I have go and fly just back around here quickly to get a sense of what's on that side.
Okay. So as Gowan is flying through, roll another. Yeah, we'll say roll a perception for Gowan.
We roll a lot of either really good or just the same number.
Yeah.
So Gowan's able to sort of see part of the tunnel in this space here. And now, looking through Gowan's eyes, you get you're definitely getting the impression that this appears to be largely of dwarven construction. It definitely fits the aesthetic you would expect of a mine.
All right.
In that it has the sort of tool marks all along the tunnel face where they've dug in to start sort of extracting resources. This particular tunnel that Golan is currently in appears to be some sort of supply or access tunnel, given that it links directly to the river.
All right. And same on the other side here.
No. On this side, this is another dead-end tunnel.
What's
and
this?
We'll say roll another quick perception check for Golan.
Ugh.
That thing you actually highlighted is actually something.
Oh.
But everybody roll perception checks for me. Specifically, this is more of a listening based one. So Nessa, you'll be making it through Golwyn. So use
Okay.
just a normal roll for Golwyn, not at advantage because it's not a sight based one.
Yep.
Rhiannon in particular.
Checks that rely on hearing or sight.
Oh, it does specify hearing? Okay,
Yep.
then yes, advantage.
Sweet. Boom.
Cool. Okay. Darvin and Nessa, admittedly, albeit through Golwyn. Excuse me. You guys definitely hear the sound of rumbling starting to get louder. And once it's pointed out to you, Tariq, you also recognize this as a similar rumbling to what you heard before. Rhiannon, your heightened senses and your general expectation of trouble coming tells you with absolute certainty that there is something coming from the south. Something big and it is not pleasant.
Ree's gonna make her way to the front. From the south, you said?
Yep.
Yep. She's gonna be standing here in the front, just ready to smack something in the face.
Cool.
Because with all the rumbling, might start bringing Golwyn back and jump back into herself.
Sure.
Danger, danger.
Danger, danger.
This is a psychic creature and not a lightning creature. Lack of high voltage.
Can I see anything coming, or is it just hearing?
You can like feel something in the ground. It's like there's a vibration as something is approaching. Bear with me for a second because I didn't think to prepare the token properly.
I'm gonna go jump up on the carpet again.
Coward.
I am simply being smart.
Trick's fought burrowing things before. He's just like ready to cast a hunter's mark on it to try and keep track of it.
And I'm gonna prepare a hold monster for if it shows up.
Okay. And the one that's actually got the token. And okay, so Darvin and Rhiannon, please make a dexterity saving throw.
With advantage, because danger sin?
With your perception check from earlier, I will say yes, because you know this is coming.
Wow.
Whoa.
Betrayed. Betrayed.
Okay,
Oh, no.
Rhiannon, you are not thrown as the ground almost beneath your feet is just split asunder as something gargantuan burrows through the ground underneath you. Darvin, you managed to dive out of the way, combat rolling and coming up, shield ready.
Hold monster.
As a gargantuan, tunneling worm creature.
Did you say he was knocked over?
Yep.
I will Misty step over and guard her until she gets to her feet.
Am I on it? If I got knocked over and it's underneath me?
You know what?
Because I'm all for that.
So roll a D100 for me.
Hang on a second. Stupid thing.
Okay. Yes, you are on top of it.
Yes.
So make a strength check to be able to hold on to the damn thing. But everybody is going to have to roll initiative.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're fine. You kind of grab a hold of one of the protruding scaly spines along its back.
Does the hunter's mark I was ready to cast go off?
Yeah, this was my held action.
Okay. Cool. So then the worm is hunter's marked. Ah, the worm that is purple is a purple worm.
It is. As you guys kind of
I still beat it.
Another one of these things.
Descending. So, top of the initiative round, we have Darvin. So you are kind of just off to the side here, where you thought Rhiannon was, but once your Misty Step went off and you got there, you realize she's actually up on top of it. Clinging to the scales.
I will cast haste. And then with my hasted action, I will hit it.
Also, did I not get to use that as my held action?
Hold monster?
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Because this will change whether he gets advantage on things or not.
The wisdom save, right?
Yep. DC 18.
No, it fails. So as it kind of, it all happens at once. It kind of, bursts through the rock under Rhiannon's foot. She grabs a hold of the scales on top, and Nessa just BAM! And things like freezes in place.
And you have advantage.
Sweet. Well, still.
I mean, it's paralyzed. It's an automatic crit.
It is paralyzed. Yeah.
Oh, nice. So, double dice. So that's 19 total.
Okay.
And as a bonus action, I will second wind.
Okay. Okay. And so roll your second wind is your recovery, yes?
Yep.
Cool. So 8 points of healing comes back to you. And then just before you, as you kind of sort of get to grips with your current situation, Rhiannon, you realize you're on top of a very large enemy. Great. You hear another rumbling from the north.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
A second one erupts from the ground on the other side of the river.
Oh, my stars.
Again.
Nessa, you might want to get out of the way of that one.
Yeah.
Most certainly. I was very much hoping that I would not have to fight one of these again, much less two.
Just get
Okay.
out of the way and I'll grab its attention for you.
Luckily, to be fair, it cannot see me right now.
So, but that is its movement.
This isn't even what we're looking for.
No, it's not.
And you see it kind of turn its head, and not really having any eyes to it, but it has kind of sort of cilia around its gigantic maw. It kind of turns its head in your direction, Nessa, and then burrows down into the ground again, but in this direction.
And there it goes. At least from what Nessa remembers, they have like blind sight and tremor stuff, but she's in the air, so that's what she assumes. They can't see her.
Yeah. Correct. So, with that, Rhiannon, you just saw another one appear up here, and then it dived into the ground. You are currently standing on top of a purple worm that is paralyzed.
This is the best ride ever!
Adding more rides to
moving.
our fantasy Disneyland.
Yeah.
Well, she's just gonna unleash on it. Don't need to do reckless because it's paralyzed, so I already have advantage. But I will great weapon. And bonus action.
Yeah, both of those will hit. Let me double check. The 17 will not.
Well, either way, you can take 25 and then 29 points of damage.
Did you double the dice damage?
No, I did not.
Because it's paralyzed, so it's an auto crit.
Oh, well, I can't see how much the dice is.
So 6 for the first one and 10 for the second.
Yeah, so that's 29 and 21. That +2 that's being added onto both of those, is that your rage damage?
No, it's because it's a +2 halberd.
Okay, just checking.
She's
Okay,
not
so yeah,
raging.
21 and 29.
+10 on both of them for...
So
Great
39
weapon.
and 31.
Yeah. And that's gonna be her.
Let me just double check something. Because I'm 99% sure that you actually have to roll the natural 20 for your brutal criticals.
Yes, I believe so.
Actually, no. It just says you roll 2 additional weapon damage dice when determining the extra damage for a critical hit with a melee.
Oh, God. Okay.
Yeah, it's just when you score a critical hit.
Yeah.
It's the same thing for the half
Trying to remember
So-
what the halberd is. D10, so extra...
Hold on, let me double check it.
What, 4D?
What level barbarian are you as? 14.
Shit, I can't remember.
Yes, you are. Okay, so just roll 2 additional
Hang on, I'm up
2
to
additional
2.
d12
I'm up to 2.
per hit.
Yeah, so 4d12.
Yep. Oof.
Would have been better if that last one hadn't been a 1.
It's fine.
So that's like 80 hit points in one round. More.
Wow.
39 plus 30 plus 28.
Okay. Tariq.
Alright. Bonus action, I'm going to Slayer's Prey. Run up this. Why do I have
you speak up a little bit, man?
28 health? Questions for later. Walk up to it, Slayer's Prey. And then I'm going to try and attack it.
Go for it.
That should be an advantage. Disregard how everything. Oh my god. Well, that misses.
What is happening?
What?
Does a 16 hit?
That's not rolling a d20, dude.
Oh, it's
Yes, it is. I set it up so that it would automatically do crits if for damage. I know it's. Does a 16 hit?
No.
Cool.
All right,
It
so
is
it's showing you
27.
crit. A 27 will hit though.
Cool. Wow. 26.
How is it
30,
saying you're critting at 16?
because he said it
just
so that it would automatically do the
crit
damage because of the
calculations because
auto
it's
crit.
paralyzed.
Oh, right.
It's already-
Okay. Yep, I'm with you.
So I just set the crit range to be 1.
Yeah.
So that I didn't have to fuck about with damage calculations.
Fair enough.
So yeah, that's 38 damage, I believe. 38. Then I'm going to back the hell up. Probably here-ish. And start like stomping feet and shouting.
You're currently
Try to
standing
attack
in the
me.
river.
Yeah. Do I have the movement to get across? I do not. Alright, and that's true. I'm gonna move over here then and shout to Nessa to get out of the way. And start stomping my feet over here and try and track the Pokemon to me.
Rookie?
Suddenly.
Nessa!
All right. Then she is just going to mutter Elvish incantation, fling a ray of frost at the this guy first, and then back up.
Sure. Make your attack. Yeah, 22 will hit. For 8 cold damage.
And then auto crit, right? Or is that just like melee?
It's
I'm double checking. I
Only for
believe
melee?
it technically only applies for melee.
It's specifically for attacks made in 5 feet.
Oh shit, I should have shocking grasped. Fuck. Well, never mind. Okay. And then she's gonna fly the carpet over this way. Have Golwyn keep like flying around here, keeping an eye out.
Sure. Okay. It is the purple worm's turn. It has some very nasty wounds of blood trickling down. It's a rough carapace. And it's a continued wisdom save to try and break
Yes.
the hold monster.
Nope.
Ooh.
I love seeing failed.
So it is still paralyzed, and it is now Darvin's turn.
All right. Then let's hit it a few more times.
Go for it.
It's an advantage.
Yep.
Woo!
Yep, all 3 hit. So all 3 are criticals.
So first one is a 13.
Yep.
Then 21 and 17. So 30, 51.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that'll do it.
Cool. Now, it is the other purple worm's turn. So, Tariq, roll a dexterity saving throw.
All right, I'm good at these. It shouldn't be an advantage, so that's only an 18.
Okay, you just barely dive out of the way as the ground beneath your feet kind of sort of spirals into the maw of this creature as it emerges half out of the river.
Sup?
And snaps its mandibles at you.
It could certainly fucking.
And
die.
it is going to try and bite you.
Come break your teeth on my armor.
Does a 21 hit you?
This is not. Like I said, come break your teeth on my armor.
Cool. And then it's going to sting you. Or try to. No. 12 ain't gonna hit.
The target must make a DC failed save or half as much damage on a successful one.
You are very quiet there, Dave. I can barely hear you.
Sorry,
That's better.
my mic was far away from my mouth. The target must make a DC on a fail. That's very informative.
Probably 19.
Probably.
Anyway, Rhiannon, it's now your turn.
Well, second verse is same as the first.
Sure.
Except he might rage this time. So bonus action rage. Is it still paralyzed?
Sure is.
Alright, I will Great Weapon Master attack twice.
26 will hit.
Oh, that 21 mark.
No, the 21 minus 5 will be 16. So no. The second one does not, but the third one does. First one does. So that's
there's
a...
that. And then another 3d12.
hang on, that's a 27. Plus 3 is 30. And then, yes, add 2d12.
Isn't it only a D10?
Yeah, it's only rolling a d10
Yeah,
there.
Is it? It
Mhm.
is.
Okay.
My mistake. We will still take the 2d12 result, though. Roll.
Oh, okay.
So, you have ripped into it. with your halberd, Rhiannon, as you see the blood mist kind of just fogs your vision, and you rage, and you kind of see your you feel the presence of your ancestors watching over you again. But it is still up.
God. Die, you fucker. That's it.
Yep. Tariq.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna mosey. Yeah, I'm gonna move back over and try to take a attack at these guys at the paralyzed worm.
Okay.
Take the opportunity attack if I do end up moving out of his reach.
Nope. These
I
are
kinda-
big bastards. You're still well within its reach.
Insult
Yeah,
to us
kind of-
bastards.
All right, so
Yeah.
that's 23 to hit.
That feels
Oh,
like
yeah,
a waste of the
they
crits.
both
Is it double crit?
No, I just set it to automatically.
Oh, yeah,
don't
I keep
crit on a
forgetting.
23 for attacks.
God damn it.
Come on, Flint.
You get excited by
It's-
that green.
It's tired. And by
Very
it,
good
I mean
shit,
me.
And with that, you have reduced the purple worm, which is paralyzed and currently standing about 10 feet into the air with Rhiannon on top of it. You reduce it to a ridiculously small set of portions of sushi.
Okay, bye.
Hell yes. And then I'm gonna turn back to the other one and move back in front of it. And I'm going to use my bonus action to transfer the Hunter's Mark over to it.
Okay, Rhiannon, make a dexterity saving throw as your mount is suddenly cut from beneath you. Yeah, you're fine. Jesus. 77 D6s of bonus damage.
I get lots of bonus d6s.
Okay, moving from the initiative order. Okay, Nessa, you are up.
Right. Okay. So she is going to, let's see. How about, where did my, whip out her diamond. Hold it up. Let's see. Force of lightning, spin the prism, be at my command and form the schism, and then chromatic orbs it with lightning damage. Come on, where are you?
So lightning bolt.
Chromatic orb,
Okay.
but the lightning version of that.
Sure.
So
Now, is that a save on my part or an attack roll
nope,
on
that's
yours?
an attack. It's a 14 lightning damage. Actually, this is a. Hold on, this is a. That should be more. So that should be +5, so 19.
19.
I add my
And we'll
modifier
also
to
say-
evocation.
So it was a 19, so it'll be a total
Yep.
of 21.
No, it'd be a total of
because the
19.
damage- No, it
Oh.
it took an additional d6 of damage because it's half
Oh.
in the river.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Bzzzt.
As a kind of sort of, do you guys remember that scene from the first season of Pokemon where Brock's Onyx gets coated with water and then Pikachu electrifies it?
Uh-huh.
It looks a bit like
Yeah.
that for a minute.
Nice.
As Nessa just unloads with some lightning through her diamond for a minute. Is that all you want to do, Ness? Hello, D'Artagnan.
Yeah, for the moment, she's gonna stay here.
Okay, Darvin.
Well, let's meander over there. And let's see.
Hope you've turned your crit thing off there, Tarek.
I did.
Perfect.
Okay. No, I'll just hit it some more. Or hit this one. Bunch.
Go for it.
Advantage.
So the 19 and the 31 will hit. The 18 just barely gets through its carapace.
Nice. So 3 hits. $42.
42.
And yeah, that's it.
Okie dokie. And it is now its turn. All right. You were the last one to hit it, Darvin, so it's going to whip around its tail stinger to try and poison you.
It can certainly try.
I
Can
assume
certainly
22
fail.
does not penetrate your armor.
Nope.
And then it's going to try and bite you, but that's going to fail. And it gets with a big mouthful of stone right next to you as it kind of sort of lunges in. There's just these like row upon row of serrated teeth down its maw.
I arch my eyebrow at it.
But as it does bite into the wall, it burrows in and vanishes.
Yeah. Well, it leaves a tunnel behind, right?
It does, yes.
Didn't you Hunter's Mark it?
I did Hunter's Market.
So it's inside the wall here. You guys can kind of plainly see it as it's sort of biting through, but it's gotten a fair way in already.
Well, that's fine. Hunter's Mark lasts for another hour. We can run it down. We're persistence predators.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's now Rhiannon's turn. Rhiannon, from your perspective, your new fun joyride just got cut out from underneath you, and you sort of do your 3-point landing as you hit the deck. And then Darvin went and attacked your other potential friend, which decided to burrow into the wall nearby.
Well, that's just fucking rude.
Actually, before you have your turn there, as Tariq has raised a fair point. Yes, you do actually get an opportunity attack as it tries to
Quote unquote
escape.
fucks off.
Yeah.
Exactly. Dar-
The 28 will hit, the 16 will not.
Cool.
So 15 points of damage. Okay, now it's your turn.
Hashtag rude. So he's not gonna go anywhere. She's just gonna hold her position and hold an attack for when it when it reappears.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna fucking shut up.
All right. Tariq.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna follow it down its tunnel.
Sure.
Gonna keep going out. And I'm
Digging
gonna
straight down
put
the
my
mine
Slayer's
tunnel.
Prey on it, and I'm gonna try and hit it twice.
Go for it. Both hit.
Ugh.
Okay, that's
34.
5 and Nessa.
Okay. So, let's fly the carpet over here. So you can see a little bit. And just aim into the tunnel. And cast Ray of Frost.
Is Red Frost a cone attack?
No. It's
No.
it's just like a bolt.
Okay.
Two.
Oh, of course. Cone, even if it was a cone attack, if an evocation specialist, you could sculpt it around.
Exactly, this is fine.
Yeah, 24 will hit.
Damn, nice.
Wow.
Wow.
I can add my int modifier to all of my evocation attack damage.
Not to mention the fact that you're holding a +3 wand to the War Mage. You're welcome.
Thank you, dear.
Is that everything?
Going to use the rest of the fly speed, or at least part of it, to get over here with Golwyn. Just to get back away from it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got.
Coven.
Okay. Is there room in the tunnel there?
Oh, yeah. It's a 10-foot wide tunnel that it leaves behind.
Okay.
Also, it's slowed by 10 feet.
Yes. So let's hit it a bunch.
All hit.
38.
38.
And then I'll just take a step back to make room for Rhea if she needs to get in there.
Yep, cool. Well, because of that, it's going, now that it is its turn, it's going to kind of pivot, so to speak. It's going to continue burrowing around to turn and attack Tariq. So it kind of comes around this way.
Fight me, you silly bastard. I live for the glory of battle.
Well, now we know Tariq's kink.
Well, pretty sure
that'll
27 will
actually
hit your AC there, Tariq.
A 27 will.
So you take 27 points of piercing damage.
Ow.
As it's more just kind of appears, as it kind of circles around, it's more appears out of the side of the tunnel next to you and just runs into you. Thankfully, it does not swallow you as it kind of burrows past.
Please don't get swallowed.
But it is going to fail to hit you with its stinger as it glides past. So it's actually over here now as it kind of pivoted around, went past you.
Ow. It didn't break its teeth off on my armor. That's not what I told it to do. What a dick.
Drake is a purple worm, Dom.
I'm
Drake
sure
is
there's a
all-
song in there for you and the maidens to work with their nest.
Yep.
Nerdy dom sub relationships within D&D or something. I'm sure you can come up with something.
I'm sure, yes. I'll talk to Saber about that.
But Ree, it's now your turn.
Well, it didn't continue on its path like I wanted it to. So I'm gonna come up over here next to Dov. I'm not meant to be half in the wall, but that's where the square puts me.
Yep, that's fine.
And I'm gonna attack it.
Go for it.
I'm going to Reckless Great Weapon Master. Whew.
Okay, the natural 20 will definitely hit.
That other one's a 23.
Yeah, that'll hit.
So that'll be 25
Yep.
plus oof, 39 plus necrotic.
And your 2 extra D10
It
of...
rolls as part of it.
Excellent.
Or it should be anyway.
Yeah, it is. So 39.
Yep, plus 8 necrotic. And then another 16 of that.
Cool. And with that last one, you kind of... So with the first swing, you kind of take the poison stinger off, leaving just like a gaping stump at its tail. It kind of whirls around to sort of screech in your face. And then you bring on the backswing, bring the halberd up to take off some of its sensory apparatus around its maw. And it sort of rears back, started cracking into the tunnel in pain, screeching, and then just... So with your third attack, Rhiannon, how do you want to do this?
I want to like stab it through the top of the head with it, like in through its mouth, up through the top of its head.
Okay. As it rears back in pain and desperation, the limited intelligence of this creature just forces it into a desperate act of just attack whatever's been attacking it. And it launches forward. You just bring your halberd up, point first, up through into its maw and just up through the top of its head, ejecting what little brain matter it has against the ceiling. And it just kind of sort of quivers and twitches before going still.
Well, that was fun. Do we need anything?
Are you going to what?
Do we need anything off of these? Do they have poison or whatnot?
They're
Think
full of
they're
acid,
poison?
but most things are.
I mean, we can always cut them open and see if they ate anything interesting.
Hmm.
You
Why
you can certainly try.
If we would like to spend some
Well,
time dissecting.
I'll walk up and start carving into its hide. See if there's anything interesting in there.
I'll do
Sure.
the same to the other one.
Oops.
Make medicine checks for both of you.
Perfect.
Just go over here and
Darvin,
watch.
you end up kind of just sort of mostly just making a mess.
Ow.
What was that?
That was my phone falling off the bed.
And but Tariq, your purple worm is like almost already perfectly dissected from the brutality of your final attack. and cleansing the last of the.
Sorry, what was that last bit?
You've just. He's getting a phone call, so it's taken over Discord. This could be.
Awkward.
Could be the. We're waiting to hear back about our house loan.
Oh. Fingers crossed.
Knock on wood.
Please be there.
Oh, and I can do a little work in the meanwhile because I have to put up a editorial on the homepage for tomorrow. Done. Ah, crap, I gotta update the metadata.
No, because I don't earn enough to pay it off. Fuck's sake.
That sounds like good news.
Bonnie's posting things in the lewd channel.
What? Am I missing it?
I swear to God, we're broken.
Nah.
It's funny because we're in the same group where we get all these memes from, and so it's like a race usually to see which one of us gets there first.
Right, need to update.
At least we have internet today. One of the friggin' mobile towers went down yesterday, and so like the whole day we pretty much didn't have internet.
That sucks.
It's very frustrating because we watched what's it called? Avengers Infinity War last night because we hadn't seen it yet. And I'd already downloaded that one. So we watched it and then we got to the end and we're just sitting there like, fuck. Let's download the next one. And then we were like, oh wait, no internet. Like regret. Instant.
So you still haven't seen Endgame, is what you're saying?
I haven't seen
Yeah.
Endgame either, to be fair.
What?
I mean, Endgame is only marginally less predictable and less disappointing than Infinity War was.
Yeah, like I got spoiled a bit anyway, but also like my wife doesn't like seeing movies in the theater, so I tend not to see some things.
Yeah,
I don't like
we
going
have
on my
kids,
own.
we don't go to the movies.
Unless it's anime, I'll go watch anime by myself. I don't care.
No, I started watching Outlander the other night. Because I keep getting told to watch Outlander, so I started watching Outlander, and I was promised sexy Scottish tush, and there's been no sexy Scottish tush yet.
Is that a thing?
That's just a terrible lie.
It's just
Ugh.
kilts and Scottish bums. That's what I'm supposed to get from that show, and there's been none of it.
That's why y'all
I'm
need to come
disappointed.
vacation over here on Labor Day weekend and come to Dragon Con, because there is a kilt blowing. That is a panel.
What?
Kilt blowing panel. Or kilt blowing event. It's like people have like air blowers and guys wearing kilts. Put them together.
There's a trick to wearing a kilt.
It's high
That
time
seems
people
very.
stopped
That
objectifying
seems
men.
surprisingly lewd for a Dragon Con event.
Are you kidding? They have had us the past 2 years. There is something called an adult track and late night events. This goes on all night. Dragon Con
true.
goes on all night for 5 days.
Jesus Christ. I need to get my ass to Dragon Con next year.
Do it. Do it.
I'll fucking do it. I need to submit and then I'll go to Dragon Con. That'll be my fucking graduation present to myself.
Yeah. One of us.
I want to make it to WonderCon next year if I can.
Where's that?
Anaheim.
Oh. Is that the convention center? I've been to that one.
I think so. So when I was traveling to California all the time, it was there like the first week I was there, but I didn't pay attention to that and didn't book my schedule around it. So hopefully next year.
Yeah. I've been there once, but that was like 2003 for a Pacific Media Expo. So
My friend went and he's gone to San Diego like every year, and he said this was as good as San Diego
nice.
and much easier to get into.
Well, I assume, yeah, definitely more than San Diego. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Like, I'll do Dragon Con. I feel like San Diego is just never. I'll never be able to handle it. I can barely handle Dragon Con. Oh, I'm a fucking idiot.
I want to go.
Didn't realize I could get the vendor room. I could skip the vendor line with my performer's badge.
That sounds like old people quitter talk to me.
Hey, whippersnappers, get off my lawn.
I'll lend you my young person energy.
I fought in the Dick Van Dyke Wars. It was horrible down in the trenches, the evils of Dick Van Dyke and his terrible Cockney accent. Good men died that day.
Oh my god.
The European theater.
That sounds like the lewdest of all wars.
Wait, what?
What? The Dick Van Dyke War? Spending lots of time in the trenches?
Please tell me you know who Dick Van Dyke is.
Dick Van Dyke is.
No, I don't know who Dick Van Dyke is.
Oh my fucking god! Have you never seen Mary Poppins? Oh my god. What? How do you not know Dick
That's a crime.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang? Classics. He was even in the new Mary Poppins.
I Okay, I feel like this guy has come up before, and you've been like, "What?"
How does anyone not know who Dick Van Dyke is? He had his own show.
I don't know what to tell you. He had his own show that ended more than 20 years before I was born, Flint.
Still, Mary Poppins. How have you never seen Mary Poppins?
I don't know what to tell you.
Wow. Wow.
I'm reading his Wikipedia page.
He's a legend. Still alive.
Barely. 93 years old.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was just the joke that he had a terrible Cockney accent and in a Mary Poppins because number one, he didn't have too much time to learn it, and number two, his voice coach was Irish. So
Oh,
that
God.
there's some enmity at that time. Enmity? I don't know. What's the
Oh,
word?
yeah. When was that, the 60s?
Mary Poppins?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That would be when they were having a bad time with each other.
Yep. Okay. Good. I shouldn't get yelled at tomorrow because I did what I needed to do.
Good shit.
Huzzah. Shit, I closed all my shit. I closed all my windows and I needed some of those. New monitor. It's all weird and portrait.
Wait, what?
I got a new monitor that can go portrait mode.
Oh, those are actually... I had one of those at a co-op once. It was pretty sweet.
Liking it. I'm still waiting on the other one. I got both my monitors switched, but only one of them showed up even though they're bought at the same time.
Ugh. Those damn tech companies. How dare they?
How dare.
They're supposed to be perfect. Ah, ha, 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 ha.
This is definitely going to make streaming easier though.
Well, I will take your word for it.
Nice. I got Discord.
Wait, do you just have one entire monitor that's just like your cam feed when you're streaming?
No, not entirely, but I'm hoping that'll be a little bit better in portrait mode because then I've got like right now I got my Streamlabs on top of my Discord on top of my audio feed mixer on the vertical monitor, and then I got Roll20 on the other monitor.
Gotcha.
See, I don't have separate things for cam at the moment. Though that'd be nice. Might get better quality. Also, the Stream Deck was the best splurge ever. Make things so much easier.
How often are you streaming these days?
Hmm?
How often are you streaming these days?
How many? What? I didn't hear what
How
that word was.
often are you streaming these days?
Monday, occasionally Tuesday, Wednesday, occasionally Thursday, sometimes late night Fridays, Saturdays, between 3 and 5 times a week,
Nice.
generally. Except I was out all week for Dragon Con, so. Like, I'm technically not streaming this now, but I'm recording it to be able to post later to my archives.
Right. As is tradition.
As is tradition.
They're
But it's
very helpful
September,
for
so.
times when I... The archives are very helpful for times when I do stupid shit like price things offhand and forget to write it down.
I'm glad they're useful to someone
totally
other than me.
forget. Yes, they're very nice to have.
Except for when I have to tell people that don't look at the VOD until after we come back. Looking at you, Biero.
For which, sorry?
For Darwin. Our Wednesday game, a lot of spoilers if anyone looks at the VOD, which we're on hiatus this week, so we won't get back to it until the week after. So, like, nobody can watch it. Not yet.
That's rough.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna miss the next session too, so.
Fuck! Okay, you can watch that. You can watch that one and then go back and watch the other one.
Fair.
But to be fair, you were at the last one, so you don't need to worry about that.
Well, I didn't hear what was going on in Secrets. Or Anti-Secrets.
To be fair, you wouldn't know anyway, so you can just watch the more recent VOD because she'll explain it anyway.
Okay.
Adonis gets to explain some shit.
Wait, what does Cortanis have to explain?
Freaky vision she
Her
had.
new vestige.
Oh.
Oh yeah, she just got a vestige,
What
yeah.
freaky visions? Oh. Nice.
Or technically she got the
What
other half
freaky
of the
visions
vestige.
is she having? Does she have a time-traveling brother again?
I can neither confirm nor deny anything about her brother.
Is her brother, like, a part of her backstory? At
Yes.
all? Okay. I don't remember at all.
Yes. What happens to the brother is up to the DM, basically.
Fair enough.
And I am back.
Yep.
Sorry, home loan person is called.
No
That
worries.
sounds important.
Generally. So, I believe Tariq had just finished dissecting a purple worm.
Yes. I was
Tariq,
trying to figure out if he had any goodies hiding inside him.
mostly what you find, Tariq, is goo.
Damn.
You find a few bits and pieces in it of what appear to be very, very corroded metal slurry, but nothing of immediate value.
Damn. Alright.
That said, if you would like, you can harvest the poison out of its stinger.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Cool. So we will say you have the tail stinger of a purple worm, good for one use.
So should
Can
we?
I also just take a fang from it for shits and gigs?
Okay, what have you got in mind?
Oh, nothing. I'm just collecting fangs from interesting things I've been killing lately. Like, I have a beholder fang that I'm just keeping for shits and gigs.
Sure.
All right, you are not on that mission.
Which one?
Purple worm. Purple worm.
No, I was not. I watched the whole thing, but I was not.
Hmm.
My experience with burrowing enemies goes back to the Boulette hunt way back when.
Ah, yes.
Huh.
So should we be continuing down this way, perhaps? Or do we want to continue down the river?
I am curious about that big glowing rock in the middle of the river.
As was I could not make out anything specific on it. At least not through Gowan's eyes.
Well, now would be a good time to look at it.
Let's go check it out.
This will just take someone on the carpet, fly over there, and...
Probably take Darwin first. He's the smartest
Yeah.
one.
Mhm.
And back. Apparently, my our son is got conjunctivitis and pus in his eyes and stuff.
That's unfortunate.
Hmm.
It's
Those
all
were
happening.
definitely
Us
words.
happening. So Nessa,
You're far away and I can't hear you.
Oh, he's going in.
hello.
Now I can hear you.
Yeah. You want to investigate the stone flint thingy?
Yep.
Darwin goes with her.
I was
Give
about
me
to say,
advantage.
you leave your companions on the end of the road.
No.
So let me just. Do.
Darwin, would you be able to assist me with this?
Course teacher.
Thank you.
Okay. So it appears to be
Investigation.
some sort of.
Or do I not?
So yep, roll investigation
Okay.
with advantage.
Huzzah.
As far as you can tell, it seems to be some sort of marker stone, similar to gate stones that you've heard about. In fact, both of you roll Arcana checks. Okay, so both of you are familiar with gate stones in general as being fixed locations, similar to a teleportation circle in terms of transportation. This appears to be of similar design.
Is it dwarvish?
Yes.
All right.
So, Nessa, you're specifically familiar with them, obviously, from having grown up in Singorn, where elves rather frequently make use of gate stones to kind of hop around in the Feywild without issue.
All right. So this at least seems normal. Have we seen any more coming down here, or just this one?
No, this is the first one you've seen.
Okay. Well, there's either continuing down that way, and she points in that direction, or we could perhaps continue down the tunnel where we're fighting those. Any thoughts, Darvin?
Feel like we're probably better off exploring drier ground. So up the tunnel.
Well, at least assume this is still drier ground. Pointing up those steps. Or down the steps, I don't know which one it is.
These ones here.
He's here.
To the north. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. They ascend.
Yep.
So up that way?
You would have to get closer. You would have to get closer to be able to see.
All right. Actually, we'll hop off the carpet, ask Darvin to get the others while she sends Golan to look down there.
Okay. I head back and fetch Ree and Tariq with the carpet as needed and bring them over here.
Sure. Let me just quickly double check a reference. Okay. As you move up with Golan here, Nessa, you get a view of a roughly carved circular styled room, like just off this main corridor here, with sort of a central sort of hole in it, and down the hole is sort of a gentle stream of water is being dripped. And kind of disappears into darkness down below, but you can hear it landing in other liquid.
Just another little waterfall type thing.
Kind of.
Does it just look like normal water?
Make an investigation check. Seems to just be normal water. I mean, a little bit murky because of the minerals from the cave walls, things like that. But other than that,
Okay. How about down this tunnel? Also, while I was just going like that, might kind of like reach out an arm just in case to see whenever somebody's nearby, so she knows when to start explaining things.
mm-hmm.
And then we'll just start narrating what she sees.
Yeah, you see, it kind of the tunnel kind of stretches along, down to the waterfalls. Like there's two 10-foot waterfalls just here, and then the path crosses over. Roll a perception check for Golan for me, please.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So as Golan is actually flying down this passage, you actually notice some rocks in the wall. Highlight for you. Just here.
Where?
That,
that. Aha.
they look like they're covering something, but not quite as part of the wall. As though they had kind of been manually attacked.
We'll make a note of that. We'll let everyone know about that and then continue going for now. Just to check down here as far as he can before coming back.
Mm-hmm. What's the range on Golan?
Is by myself.
Is it as long as he's within 100 feet, you can call out to him?
I believe so. Let me check the distance here. Yeah, 100 feet. Communicate with it telepathically. It can also see through eyes and hear what it hears.
All right. So you I'll give you, for the sake of expediency, because I'll probably have to head off soon. Is you're able to successfully explore this whole area through Golan's eyes, looping back around to where your group fought the two purple worms, and there's specifically a tunnel that one of them has dug from a lower level just here.
Huh. Let people know about that as well.
Yep.
And then we'll bring Golan back and jump back into herself.
Yep.
Worms,
Golan kind of perches back on top of Nessa's hat.
I am more interested in that false wall.
Let's check it out.
Agreed.
So, particularly with Rhiannon's absurd strength, not really an issue for you guys to open it up. You guys find a cavity in the area, hidden from view, wherein you find a couple of small chests. You gather that this is kind of sort of a stash point. You find some. There we go.
Cast detect magic and stuff to make sure there's no traps.
No traps. You do find a vial, which resonates with a magical transmutation aura. But other than that, you find a few chests, just small chests, with a total of 7,000 gold pieces, 2,200 platinum pieces, 3 black pearls, each worth 500 gold each. I'll put all this in the chat in a minute.
Oh, all right.
2 blue fennels, each worth 500 gold. 2 topazes worth 500 gold. And 2 potions of supreme healing. Along with the vial discovered.
Let's see. I'll identify the vial.
Okay. As you sort of sit down and are you performing it as a ritual?
Sure.
As you complete the ritual and cast the identification spell, the knowledge comes to you that you are holding a potion of speed.
Nice.
Oh, you think we know those by now?
You really
Drink is
would.
special.
Sorry?
Hello, potion, my old friend.
I've come to talk with you again.
Do I sense correctly that you're about to wrap this up for the evening?
Yes, because it's a bit past midnight for you guys,
Mm.
and with Ez going to get the child, and we have to send some stuff through to the lending agent. We might call it there.
Part 3 it is.
Can I suggest, teacher, if you have a mansion we can stay in for the evening between episodes, so we don't have to remember where we were at?
Well, the mansion was cast upstairs.
Yes, we would have to return there. Unless, yeah. Unfortunately, I only have one of those
And-
spots per day.
With the sort of travel down to into the lower levels, even by a minecart, you're still looking at a couple of hours of travel to get this far.
I could do, if we were interested in a long rest, I could do a tiny hut.
I think I can actually do a tiny hut too.
Set up a tiny hut in this little treasure alcove we found.
That works.
All right.
Sure.
It's just kind of sighs
Yeah.
missing her mansion already, but
We are intending to long rest prior to the next session.
yes.
Okay.
Okay. That's sleeping on the floor sometimes builds character.
Yeah.
You can't always live out of the mansion.
No, you can't always have the man.
No, but I would like to think I've spent several years building up character for this moment. And then she'll cast Sending to Lyricel and Anders to make sure that they know the plan. In case they're around next time. We can go get them with the carpet or dimension door. Or actually, I would probably get them with dimension door a couple times if, just in case.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'd help
Before
with
we
that if
rest.
need be.
As the group of you kind of sort of bunk down in the tiny hut, safely concealed inside this hidden alcove, as the group of you kind of sort of start to bunk down for the evening, distantly, you can all hear a loud sound of stone cracking.
Oh,
And that's all you hear.
wonderful.
Cool.
And we will pick it up there next time.
Da-da-dun.
Awesome. Good luck with the house.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah.